Soul family. Okay, I'm doing our daily reading, and before I start, I want to talk to you about something that I need to clarify. Yesterday in our live feed, we had energy that entered our group that was dark energy, and I felt it right away. You guys saw that, and others felt it as well. And we removed it right away. I asked for it to be removed. And the thing is with dark energy, you ask them first to leave. You give them the opportunity to leave. And if they don't leave, then you call upon Archangel Michael to remove them. And they don't want that to happen because Michael doesn't do that. They don't throw different entities out to different, that are coming in from different dimensions or wherever they're coming from. Everybody kind of has their space. But when they disrespect our boundaries, which is what we were talking about yesterday, and they invade where they are not welcome and they stay when they are asked to leave, Michael will remove them. And when he removes them, they do not want to go where he takes them. And I felt the energy very strong. That's why I came across very, very aggressive. That was my higher self kicking in and letting them know that under no circumstances will darkness be tolerated in my feed. I work with angels, and the angels of light were letting me know right away what was going on. So it was eradicated. I figured out who the person was. Unfortunately, someone needed to be banned. They were banned from my page. I blocked them, but then I was given a personal email very, very early this morning here in California from a friend who had been woken up in the middle of the night by spirit. Given the name of that person, that I had already told this person who it was to inform the people that were on my feed to block this energy. And she found that this person's cousin was a Wiccan, a witch. I won't say Wiccan. Oh, she was a witch. She is a witch, and she advertises binding spells on her page. And this person is aligned with that, obviously his cousin. And he told me already that he'd been invited to go to witches conventions, and I said I didn't like that energy, that I worked with angels, and he said I do too, but I find it fascinating. So I when he was in the feed yesterday, the message that came up was about that, and I said, I need to speak up. I did try to say something before, but you have your own right. Everybody has their right to do whatever they choose, but when you come to my page, this is my feed, and you were asking for information from me, so I'm going to tell you what my angels are telling me, and they're telling me that you need to stay away from that. You need to limit any association. And because when you get into an area like that, when you have gifts and you're just new, opening up your gifts, you can be manipulated easily, and that energy can infiltrate you and sway you. And Spirit's been telling me for quite a long time that I have to remove someone that's feeding off of my energy. Also that my work is being copied. They're literally watching what I say and then putting it on their wall as though they've done it themselves, figured it out themselves. So that way they appear to be connected when in fact they're just stealing another's work. They aren't connected. They're not coming from the light. They don't have the connection from spirit guiding them. So I figured that was fine. I blocked her. I blocked him. And then my friend came back again. Sandy Karasik actually is the one who figured it out. She found it. She just kept getting nudges from spirit, so she followed it, which is what we are meant to do. We get the heads up from spirit. We need to follow it. And she found that there were groups that I had been added to, that he ran and that she ran, and that I was not aware of. So I'm here to let you know I do not belong. I don't add myself to groups, and when people add me, they do that in order for... because apparently she said they added all of my friends. And I guess that's so that if somebody gets added to a group and they look to see, oh, well, Sherry's in it, so it must be okay. Wrong. It's not okay. I'm not in it. I didn't know. I wasn't aware. I go through quite often and I remove myself from groups, and I guess I have to do it again. But this was literally a casting and bind spelling group of witches. So it needed to... I was going to do a live feed, and Spirit just said, no, just do it in this reading. So... I just want to let you know, I am not involved with witches. Please check the groups that you've been added to. A number of my friends, I see that he added you, and so did she. The names of the groups, you can ask me privately. I don't want to out anybody on the internet. So you can come to me privately if you find that I'm in a group. Because I am in some groups. Some of my friends have groups. Like Kirsten Schreiber has a I don't know if it's a group, but I follow some people that are my friends. But I don't work in groups. People ask me to go in groups, and I don't do that. I don't have time for it. I don't support it, and I'm not in it. So this is how they mislead people. They say, oh, see, well, this one's in there and that one's in there, and then other people feel it's okay, but it's not okay. So please be aware of the groups that you've been added to, because that energy is leaching into your page, and it's been leaking into mine. So I need to eradicate it, and Spirit's been telling me that for a while. I just wasn't sure where it was coming from. And we were shown the veil is lifting, right? All secrets are coming to light, and the veil is lifting, and we will know. And one by one, they're coming out. It's not okay. So, and when I ask Spirit now to highlight it, please, I said highlight it like a red flag, and they are. So if there's anything else that I need to be aware of, I'm asking right now for Archangel Michael to step in and show me, so that I can block my energy there. I have cut cords with these people. I put up a binding shield. Not a binding shield. What am I saying? See how that slipped in? That's terrible. I don't even like that word. I'm putting up a protective shield so I do not have binding spells on me. I literally have been shown that these ones put binding spells on my money flow, which they do. They mess with it. They shut your work down. And if you're not aware of it and you don't take care of it, it can affect you. So it can be a binding spell on your love life, a binding spell. I know that there's somebody interfering in my twin's life and mine. I don't know that he's aware or not, but there's definitely somebody who's put a binding spell that's holding us back, and he needs to be aware of it so he can do something about it. I believe it's family for him, but as far as my work goes, I'm very good at what I do. There's no reason for my work to slow down. So it needs to reach as many people as possible. And I'm eradicating that binding spell. That's not okay. I manifest myself, and I don't allow that. I'm on a higher level than the darkness. The light is always on a higher level than darkness. That's why when I asked that darkness to leave, it went immediately. It was gone because I was not allowing it. So we're working with our messenger oracle, and it's interesting. The first card, I pulled it, and then I thought, no, I want to do this in front of you. I want you guys to see me pull the card. But this one already came out. And it's no surprise. Stay strong. And this is how I feel. I will tell you I'm an Aries dragon. And Spirit, and I told you the dragon is our friend. So this is our dragon. I don't know if people have done dragon meditations, but they're real. We have dragons that are on our team, and they're there to help and guide us. So my dragon is on my team, and your dragon is working with you and wanting to be your protector and shield you as well. So your dragon is coming forward, and the color is green, the healing color of the heart chakra and the color of healing itself. And they're saying your dragon is telling you to be strong in the face of what's going on. They're telling you that right now, and not necessarily just right now, but life in itself presents us with many trials and tribulations. Sometimes there's beautiful things that come, but other times it's suffering. It's unpredictable. Sometimes it can be gnarly. Right? It can be cruel. It can be mean. This dragon could represent a real piece of shit dragon coming to bind you and cause chaos in your life, or this could be your protective dragon. But right now, I'm choosing to see this as my protective dragon coming forward, that's eradicating the dark or bringing the darkness to light. See how it's dark down here, and the moon is illuminating it. The moon is the higher self, intuition, also nurturing energy. And your dragon is here to say that you will endure everything that comes. You will know how to resist, and you will know when to resist and when to let go. Sometimes you lose, and that loss can make you stronger. Sometimes things don't go the way you wish, right? Sometimes you have to walk away, is what we got yesterday. Sometimes the strongest thing is walking away. But they're asking you to stay strong with hope and faith, and that you can endure everything that comes your way. I just got a message thrown in here. Open your mind to new ideas. Okay, so not quite certain what it is that you might have your mind closed to at this moment, but Spirit's asking you to keep your mind open. Notice I've got my tiger with her mouth open. She's not messing around here. I've got the love, yes, unconditional love. I've got the horse, forward movement. I've got the selenite tower, which is for clarifying and clearing our energy. But the tiger is there saying, I got the eye of the tiger. I'm going to roar louder than a lion. Remember our song yesterday. So that energy is in full force right now. So here I ask, what is this one? Embrace the dark. I know this one. I know this card. So this is exactly what we're talking about. Sometimes appearances are deceiving. You see this one dressed all in dark, and you would think she's a witch. She's from the darkness. But that's not what we're seeing here. This one is fleeing something. This one is a little angel of light holding a staff. but it has been illuminated, and this one has now realized that this one that has presented themselves as an angel of light is actually coming from the darkness. And they are fleeing. They are covering themselves in a dark cloak of obsidian for protection, and they have been led along this path by this little fairy here that's lighting the path away and saying, let's go. Okay? That's the first message I get. Next message popping in. You are valuable to many. All right? Don't feel that because you were misled or misguided, or you were fooled, or you were vulnerable and open and trusting, and that you trusted somebody who led you astray. Do not feel that you are not valuable. You are. Another way to look at this, we've all been taught that, there's either black and white, good and bad, negative and positive. Good always goes to good, bad always comes, brings bad. It's wrong to feel anger. It's wrong to feel dislike. It's wrong to have fear. These are all, weakness coming out. But we have to have all of these feelings. We all have darkness and light within us, both. We both have the darkness and the light. All of us. That's the balance. We came here to experience the duality. And sometimes the fear that we have comes from our shadow, right? So sometimes we're running from something that actually is light. Maybe we've been hurt before, and we're thinking, this one's coming after me. I'm going to run. I'm going to protect myself. But maybe you don't need to protect yourself, because this one actually may be an angel of light. So you need to check into your heart. It's not the truth that everything is the same. Our lessons that we go through are there for a reason, but it doesn't mean that what happened yesterday is going to happen today. Everything happens for a reason. It's all about lessons. You can be in love with this beautiful little angel and find out she's completely destroyed your world, or he, and you've had to flee. Or you can have had that happen in the past, and now when someone comes forward, you're going to run, thinking that I've been there before. You look good, but you're not good. I know. But you know what? That's fear. That's old conditioning. And the same thing in the transverse. You thought this one was an angel of light and they're dark, right? So things are not always as they appear. Remember yesterday we saw the pile of gold and the two masks, and they said, look beneath. All that glitters is not always gold, right? I would rather have, and sometimes it's just a pile of garbage that's superficially covered in gold dust, just to suck you in. Just like what we were shown with the person that was on my page. They portrayed themselves in a light of light, but they weren't. It was all working with darkness. And I had very private conversations with this person, and I said, I don't align with this. And I brought it up, and I got, oh, I don't either. So I allowed myself to trust in the light that this person was showing, but they were not. They were coming from the darkness. So we really have to get clear here, right? The lessons our shadows are teaching us are very, very important. Like I said to my friend, wow, I wish Spirit could have been a little more clear. And she says, well, maybe they were clear. We just weren't listening. And I thought, a lot of it has to do with divine timing. A lot of it has to come to a head so that, we can actually truly see where this person is coming from. Because we don't want to make snap judgments, right? We don't want to assume that just because this one last time in our lives that presented themselves as an angel was actually someone from the darkness, that this one is. We have to allow these ones to show their works. So that's what I did. I allowed him to show his face, and he did. They will reveal themselves. Spirit says, trust. I trust first, and then I allow you to reveal yourself. And I watch. I'm very careful. So know your shadow. Know the darkness. Know the shadow within yourself, and love it. There is no light without darkness. There is no dark without light. It's all there. Without the darkness, the stars can't be seen. Next message, be yourself and you will warm people's hearts. Absolutely. When I allow people to allow myself to see who people are, when I allow myself to see them walking their walk, talking their talk, I realize the truth of who they are. And that's when they are either staying and they're going. Okay, I'm going to let you watch this. I should have let you watch this before. Because people ask, oh, she's just doing this. But I don't. Okay, so here we got it again. We had this yesterday. This was one of our almost second to last cards. Do not fear the unknown. So that is kind of backing up what this is saying. That, and I'm not going to go into this in too much depth because we just had this card. But, here, can you help me out? But don't fear the unknown. So what happened last time in this situation was I trusted this person and they hurt me. So I'm not going to go there again. You look scary to me. You work with moon cycles, and you talk about animals speaking to you, and you talk about getting prophetic dreams, and that freaks me out. That people don't. That's not normal to me. Don't be afraid of what you don't understand. Things are not always as they appear, and you must, as I said, don't just listen to what I have to say. Watch me. Watch the people that you're concerned with. Do their words belie their actions? Are they walking their walk? Are they talking their talk? You need to really look into that. Sometimes what you see is what you get, but sometimes it's not. The ugly is not always bad, and the beautiful is not always good, as we were shown over here, right? So, also, if you're afraid to go into the unknown, like right now, we've been told we have to go on a leap of faith. I keep getting this. This is popping out. This is staring at my face right now, this travel card. Spirit's saying to move forward. And yet we're looking in the rearview mirror. We're freaking out, thinking, I don't know. Am I supposed to move forward? Is this my passion that I'm following, or am I going off into destruction? Is that a stoplight up there saying stop? Is that a caution light? Is that a green light? I'm not quite sure. So what you do is you need to look into the mirror. You need to look into your higher self and get the message. What you're traveling after, is this in my highest good? You are traveling towards your destiny. That just was there. I had to bring that out. They're also saying don't let another person's experience guide what you do. So if somebody else has followed a path and it went sideways, it doesn't mean that yours is going to go sideways. You are not them and they are not you. Don't allow the fear of the unknown to stop you from moving forward. Right now, I know that there's stoppages. I know that Spirit's been saying to go forward. I had a little hummingbird show up on my, came outside and sat on my string of dreams, my dragonfly lights out here. I have these dragonfly lights, and it came and it just sat there. And it opened its mouth, and it's closed its mouth, and I thought, what are you telling me? And then it spun around in the air. Like it spun around, it didn't go anywhere. It just spun around, and then it came and it sat back down again. And I thought, somebody doesn't know about moving forward. They feel stuck. They're afraid to move. They say they want to, but they're not doing it. They're going in circles. That's what it said to me. So Spirit is saying, don't allow this to happen. Don't be freaked out thinking something's scary, because the experience in front of you could be incredibly imaginatively fantabulous. Actually, Spirit has been showing us that there's something amazing in front of us. So if we can go past and embrace the fear and get through it, we'll see that if we allow ourselves that. All right, one more and then we're done. I should let you guys see this, because I don't like people thinking I have things rehearsed. I don't. And when Spirit draws a card for us, you need to see me doing it. Interesting. I haven't had this card yet. I love this. This is a beautiful, beautiful message. So what I'm seeing here is aren't those are quail, I think, aren't they, with the little heads? I see those running around in Sedona all the time. They're really cute. They run across the ground, and I believe that they have something. I think they have something to do with family. The quail. It's what they're saying is there is an upcoming event that's going to change your life. Ooh, I'm seeing other things. First of all, they're twins. Second of all, there's an acorn on each side. Remember the acorn man that we told was coming forward, the green man of the forest? The turtle moving forward. Turtle is slow moving, but they're moving forward through their emotional waters towards this one that is rooted in the heart of the forest, wearing the stag horns that are actually trees as well, the tree of life. There's crystals around this one. This one is connected and pays very close attention to the elements of the earth and the animal messengers. I align with this person, absolutely. It's about not trusting what you see with your vision, but with your third eye. Listen to what your animal messengers are telling you. Pay attention to all of the signs that are around you. Spirit speaking to you. They're telling you it's time to ground. But the quail is letting you know that an upcoming event in your life is going to be life-changing, but it's in a positive way. Don't be afraid. You're supposed to go here. They're letting you know that explosive action is required in order to get where you need to get. The quails, they move very quickly when they run across. You got to move quickly before the opportunity disappears, or before the danger that might be in front of you or your own fear takes you over, right? It's also about nourishing yourself, nourishing your body, your mind, your spirit. That's why they're saying ground yourself, get into nature. That should be of a priority right now. Giving to yourself is just as important to giving to others right now. It also can be letting you know that you need to protect yourself and your energy by kind of keeping it quiet for a little while.
when there's emotional drama or upheaval that comes into our life, it's best to disengage, right? It has nothing to do with us. Like the drama that came into our circle yesterday, that wasn't our drama. But I want to keep my energy. That did. I had I don't know if you guys noticed it. I listened to the video back later myself, and I didn't feel that it was noticeable how it affected me. It affected me very, very strongly. And I pulled it in because I didn't want it to infect our group. So I kept the energy to myself, but it affected me greatly. I'm an empath, and that I felt that energy, and I took it on to pull it away from you guys, and it took me quite a while. I sat, here at home after, doing the work that we did, and I called in Archangel Michael. I saged and saged and saged and saged, and I just said, you know what, I need your help, because that energy was really, really dark, and I pulled it in for everybody, and I was in an open space, and I wasn't expecting it to come from that person. I felt that person was a friend, an alliance. I felt that person was somebody from our soul family, and I was open, and it affected me. And I said, I really need you to step in and help me. And he did, but it took me a while to release, and I'm feeling it right now in my solar plexus. So I need to ground myself today. I'm taking a little time to do that, and I need to get outside into nature and connect a little bit again, because that was a stab that hurt, that hit. That was kind of like one of the falling towers. So they're telling you to be aware, and quail people are aware of their surroundings, and they notice. They're the first ones to pick up on the signs of danger and the little pockets in the road, and I got it right away. And we know how to respond and how to camouflage if we need be, and that's what I did. I pulled up the shield, and my friends, as I said, I asked Archangel Michael to help, and so what did he do? He alerted Sandy, and she got some ideas herself, and she came to me, and I realized, wow, I've been put in these groups that I didn't know I was in, which is misleading a lot of people that are watching me, and that's not okay. So there was a lot of protection that needed to happen, camouflaging, right, to remove ourselves. I put up blocks and banned people, and wow, it sucks, but it has to happen. As a quail person, you're very nurturing and giving, especially with the ones you love and your family, soul family, or birth family, whatever. You're romantic at heart, and you love a meaningful and difficult challenge, and that is definitely speaking to me. If you were to see a quail in your dreams, it symbolizes love, lust, eroticism. So the fact that it comes up at all is reminding you that you may need to allow yourself to be a little bit more sexually open or explore. It also speaks about the fact that you will be overcoming obstacles and hardships. You're going to be just, the victorious one. You're going to be waving the flag despite this drama or that negative energy that's come in and crept into your life, because a quail represents abundance and good fortune coming your way. It's about happy surprises, which we were told were coming. So the next message that comes is you are busting free. So we're getting free of this attachment. Whatever, I did some cutting cords. I asked to be cords cut with these people, with these groups, with that energy, with whatever happened. I asked, cut cords. I cut cords also with my twin, and I cut cords with my soul family. You cut cords, especially with the ones you love, because you don't want any dysfunction to creep in between you. And I feel that energy affected my twin and I know that who he's around is affecting us as well. So I hope if he's listening to this, and I know that he is, that he knows to cut cords with his family, and with his friends, and with me, because we don't need any more binding spells on us. Thank you very much. So with this card in itself, there's times in our life when we feel confused and we get foggy. That's what I said. Remember the other day, everything was really foggy. It was all whipped up. And when I was up doing the weekly reading, I said, interesting how the fog crept in and then it disappeared. And then yesterday, things got kind of, chaotic, and there was turmoil. And it was not avoidable. Those were lessons that needed to happen, because we all needed to be aware of what was going on. We needed to be aware that there are those who will cloak themselves as angels of light, and they are not. And we don't want to be lumped in with them. And we found out that, wow, they are lumping me in with them because I'm in their group. If somebody were to come check them, they'd say, see, she's lying. She says this, this, and this, but she's a part of that group. No, I'm not. So this all had to happen. We needed to know to go in and clean our groups out and find out who we are aligned with. It shouldn't be allowed. People shouldn't be allowed to add you to a group without your knowledge. That's not cool. But that's what we get for being on a public site, right? So the chaos and the lessons and the challenges, sometimes we can't avoid them, but the way we respond to them, we can. How we react. Are we going to react? Are we going to let it ruffle our feathers? Are we going to let it throw us into a tizzy? I mean, it affected me, but I went to clear it. And we kept moving forward, didn't we? We had a peaceful reading after that. It was good. But in order to fully ground and get rid of all of that, we need to get quiet, go into meditation, pause, take a breath. I keep thinking yoga, take a breath, get quiet and hear what's going on inside your soul. Any messages? I'm getting heavy eyes right now, which means to me that there's a dream that is coming. Some message is coming to me in meditation, so I'll be doing that. They want you to allow all of this energy to spiral down and anchor itself in your kundalini, because it was awakened and it's been, everything's kind of in flux right now. And this is definitely a time about doing a deep cleansing. They talk about, when you get yourself grounded, you stand on the ground. This is one way to do it. Stand on the ground, feet flat, bare feet. Outside would be best. And imagine roots coming from your feet all the way through the earth and anchoring on the other side, okay? But you want to cleanse those roots. So this has been brought up before, and my friend Brianna Craig brought it up, and I will bring it up to you guys. When you sage, I sell the ceremonial sage wands, the Queen of Wands. But when you sage your feet, because you got to get the grounding clear. Clear the roots, cleanse the roots of everything of where you came from, anything that you've picked up, anything you've walked into. Cleanse the roots. All right? Was this the last card, or did I say one more? I think that was it. I asked and I just got respect your boundaries. So I think I said that was enough. So I'll leave it at that. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. I've got to go into meditation myself. Don't worry. We've got spirit here moving forward that's going to help us. We don't have to do it all alone. And remember, unconditional love. All of my crystals have been charged under the full moon. They're very powerful. Remember to ground yourself, get rooted, cleanse your feet, the bottom of your feet with your sage wand. Look at my sage wand. It's pretty much done. It's time for me to get another, wrap up some more. Maybe I'll do that today. Maybe that's where I'll do my grounding. I'll get outside and I'll go pick some sage and wrap some new fresh wands. So if you would like any help with dream analysis, with life coaching, with personal readings, if you would like to purchase a Queen of Wands ceremonial sage wand, my website is www.theangelswhisper.com. My email is sherrycolumbus@.com, just my name, all one word. And go to my page, figure out what works for you. Once you do, you go to payment options, and they will go to my PayPal, and then I will be notified. But email is the best way to reach me, the fastest way to reach me. And we've got one more card that flipped out, and it's the truth. Love heals. Love heals, people. Love you all.